Hey guys, how are y'all? Nathaniel here, making a video. Man, it's been a long time since my last video. I think it was 5.5 years or so. Clearing off the dresser. I think that was my last video. But recently been toying with the idea over the past few months about starting to make videos again. So that's what this is. I'll show some cards first, and then get into some ramblings about what I've been up to, my life, and my collection. So I've got 6 cards here, all the same player, Cleveland Guardians left fielder Stephen Kwan. So I'll start off with a couple Topps Chrome cards of his from 2023. This is the first year he was in Topps Chrome. This orange refractor out of 25, and got this from 2025, the orange lava refractor, also out of 25. So nice cards there. And then the other cards are autographs. So I've got 2 of his 2025 Topps Stadium Club Chrome autographs. Typically don't buy 2 of the same card, but I saw one of these, threw an offer on that, and then saw another one that was a little bit cheaper, so I threw an offer on that, and wasn't expecting both sellers to accept, but they did. So I have 2 of these. Wish I could say that was the only time that I've done that before, but also got his from 2022 Topps Stadium Club Chrome rookie autograph of Stephen Kwan. And then lastly, from 2024 Topps Museum Collection, this is the dual bat relic autograph, numbered out of 295 of Stephen Kwan. So great player. I've liked him ever since he's been in the league. Gets a lot of hits, gets on base a lot, has a little bit of power, steals bases. So the last couple years, or last couple trade deadlines, he's been linked to the Astros, but obviously it never happened. So, but I was really wanting it too, just because I think he'd be a great player to add to the team. Would instantly make the team better. Probably put him at the leadoff spot. Put Jeremy Pena or Jose Altuve behind him in the second spot in the order, and then you got Yordan, Isaac Paredes, some other guys. So I think would definitely lengthen the lineup in terms of quality. So that's it for the cards. If that's what you came here for, then feel free to log off. No worries. And like I said, I'll get into some of the ramblings that I had of some of the things that I wanted to talk about in the video. So first of which is what I've been up to, why I've been making YouTube videos. So I feel like over the course of the time that I've been on YouTube, all the way from high school through being an adult now, making videos just kind of got to be a little bit of a chore. It felt like a job in a way. So it was just not as much fun anymore for me as it was before. So, and I also feel like I've had less time. So if I go through the 3 life stages that I was in, or that I would consider myself to be in: high school, college, being an adult now. I felt like in high school I was at school from 6:30 to 4 or 5 maybe, and maybe later depending on if I was playing sports or things like that. I was like, man, I don't have a lot of time during the day to make YouTube videos. Then when I got to college, I was like, man, this is way more difficult than high school. I need to start studying for tests 3 to 7 days before the actual test date. There's just a lot of stuff to do, and where do I find the time, really? And when I started working full time, I was like, man, that was nothing. You didn't have any problems back then. That was easy, because working full time was, at least the first job that I had, I would get up around 6 o'clock, be at work from 8 to, in some cases, like 2 or 3, maybe 4 a.m., working like crazy for the first few years of my career. And I was like, man, I'm exhausted all the time. This is a lot. I just feel tired all the time. So where do I find the time to make videos? And I got a new job a few years ago, and it's been better in terms of like work-life balance. So that's been good. But just been busy with other things too, and just have felt like there's just less and less free time the older I get, and I don't even have kids. I'm not even married, so I'm sure when I get there, or if I get there, it's gonna be like, man, I wish I had the free time that I did when I was single, or just dating or whatever. So I don't know if there are a lot of kids that watch my videos, but the older guys that have kids already and are in that stage of life, like let me know what you think. That would welcome some advice, and in terms of the outlook, further ahead, right? You guys are a little bit further ahead than I am, so interested to see or to hear some of y'all's perspectives. So just leave that down in the comments. I'll for sure read that. So along with that is just didn't have as much time to make videos, watch videos, or really comment and interact. So a lot of the guys that I felt like I started with or started making videos with were like guys like Breeze and Wayne. So these guys were probably a little bit ahead of my time or a little bit after my time, or when in terms of when I started making videos, like Breeze and Wayne's Mr. Crook, Herd Fan 87, Mr. Colley, Dave's Midlife Card Crisis, Mr. Kaminky, Eastern Connecticut Sports Cards, Mr. Fabian. Those were the guys that I watched a bunch of other guys. I'm sorry if I Wesker Griff. How could I forget Mr. Shovlin? So those are the guys that I started out watching videos of, or some of us started making videos at the same time, and a lot of those guys aren't necessarily, at least a couple of them aren't on YouTube anymore. So it's just I know there's more people coming in to make videos every day, so it's not like who I'm familiar with, or haven't been really involved much over the past 5.5 years. So if you guys can also leave some channels down below that you think I should check out, I think I'll definitely try to do that. It's just I don't have as much free time anymore, right? So I don't have as much time to spend on making videos, watching videos, commenting, things like that, right? So it's just a different time, different phase of life that I'm in, I guess I would say. So, but I'll try to be a little bit more active, watch some more videos, and because it's fun to see what other people are collecting and see what other people have in their collections, So in a way, that's kind of why I'm starting to make videos again, is to see other people's collections, share my collection as well. So and along with that, man, there's been a lot of changes, I feel like, in my collection, and in some ways since 5.5 years ago till now. I think 5.5 years ago was collecting Hall of Fame PSA rookies and autographs, of course Astros, and Topps Chrome refractors of Hall of Famers or future Hall of Famers that are now Hall of Famers. So and I was able to buy hobby boxes and blaster boxes and things like that. But since I'm an adult now, I'm making more money than I ever was before. But there's more money, more problems in a way, right? I'm responsible for my career. I'm responsible for my retirement, financial health, let's say. So that's don't have as much money for cards. And don't get me wrong, I still was collecting all throughout those 5.5 years, and felt like my collection has really become more quality over quantity, let's say. Just I feel like there's different phases of collecting that I've been in, from getting as many cards as I could to I don't need those cards, right? Let me get one card that I really like, and doing basically that's a lot of what my collection is now. So I really only buy singles now. I don't really do any wax or box breaks or things like that, just because it's just really expensive now. Even retail, I feel like during COVID, retail was really hard to get a hold of, and I feel like it still is now. And I just don't. It's just not something that I'm able to do anymore, just because it's gotten expensive. So even Topps Chrome refractors. I mean, I, you know, several years ago when I started doing that, it was like there were parallels that only maybe 10 parallels or something like that in a Topps Chrome set. Now there's like 20 or something like that. It's crazy. And I really just don't have the money to be buying a lot of the parallels, not only of like all the Astros, but of the different players that I think will be in the Hall of Fame one day. Guys like Nolan Arenado, Mookie Betts, Francisco Lindor, Jose Ramirez, guys like that, right? I just don't have. I can't chase every single parallel, right? And I'm not even talking about the oranges or the black refractors, or the red refractors, whatever, right? The low number ones. I'm just talking about purple and aqua and just base refractors, right? It's just a lot now. So, just not really doing that much of that anymore. May save for like a couple players like Jose Altuve or maybe Stephen Kwan now. So it's just a lot, and there's been a lot of changes in the hobby. I feel like it's just getting more expensive and more expensive, and I'm just progressively getting phased out of more things that I used to collect. So really, it's just singles now. Jose Altuve, again, but not buying every single one of his autos. Just trying to pick and choose which ones are the ones that I like. So it's just different. So I don't know. Things always change. So nothing stays the same. But that's what I'm collecting still. Jose Altuve, some Astros, MLB Hall of Famers, autographs, and PSA rookie cards. A little bit of that. So that's kind of what I'm collecting now. I've been thinking about picking up some Allen and Ginter inserts, just of the insert sets that I kind of like over the life of that sort of product span. So recently they did I think this was 22, I can't remember, but I have some minis of a set called Inside the Park, and that's a bunch of the U.S. national parks on these minis. So I really like national parks and trying to visit all of the U.S. ones. So that's kind of a cool insert set to me. So things like that. But yeah, that's kind of what I've been collecting. Feel like some of that's changed in the time that I haven't been on YouTube, but yeah, just not a lot of time, or not a ton of free time to be on YouTube and interact, but just have a girlfriend now, and thinking about getting engaged maybe soon. So yeah, just time being allocated to different things now, right? And that's not necessarily a bad thing, right? Like I can't make cards the most important thing in my life, right? They're fun for sure, but it's just not as big of a part of my life as it was. I mean, it still is, because I really enjoy collecting and things like that, but it's just not as big of a part of my life as it used to be. So what I'm going to try to do is make one video every month. Maybe if I'm like really like, man, this is fun, I really miss this, maybe I'll shoot for twice a month or something like that, something crazy, right? But I really don't know a lot of the channels or the folks that have come onto YouTube in those 5.5 years. So I mean, I know of a few people who subscribe to them, but yeah, if you can leave a few folks down in the comment section, I'll try to check them out and watch videos, maybe comment a little bit. I can't promise that, or I can promise that I won't be able to maintain the level of activity that I had been at, before I kind of took a long break. But I'll try to spend some time doing that. So just because, again, it's fun to see other people's collections, and also to share my collection, right? I think that's probably a big reason why we're all on here. So yeah, that's really all I've got for y'all. Can't say that. I got to say that it's kind of weird making this video. It's been a long time. So, but yeah, hoping to make some some more videos. Again, try to shoot for once a month or so. Try to comment a little bit more, watch some other videos. So yeah, a couple things. Just leave comments on if you're further ahead in life than I'm on. Interested to hear your perspective on how life changes and things like that. I'm sure it's all good changes, right? But it's just different, right? And then channels of some folks that you think I should check out. So yeah, that's all I've got for y'all. Appreciate if you stayed and watched all the way till the end. And yeah, I'll catch y'all in the next video. Hope y'all enjoyed, and thanks for watching.